Hey Shane, going to get the car out and try to detail the inside today since I'm going to be leaving for a week and a half. Trying to get it all cleaned up so when I get back in town we're ready to go. I was going to give you a start up, how basically the procedure of cranking it. I'm going to label all this stuff. I know where it all is, but I'm going to label it. That way it's a little bit easier to understand for you. Basically you got the fuel pump, kick that guy on, and that's the ignition. And usually about 2 pats on the gas, little light pats. This is the first time I've ran the car since the race. See the oil pressure come on up, about 40 when it's cold at an idle. It'll sit about 40 for the most part. Now once you run it, make a few passes, get the oil good and hot, it's going to idle around 20, but as soon as you give it gas, it comes back up to about 50 psi. So oil pressure's fine. When we build them, we like to have 10 psi for every 1,000 RPM. So let me back it out here. It is raining again. I guess I can't get away from the rain. But of course, the Hurst quarter stick is what I use in here. So. Get out and let you see the car. Again, this is the first time that I've actually got out and cranked the car and pulled it out since the Santa Claus shootout, which was before Christmas. So take a little while to warm up, but I'm gonna get out here today and clean the inside out real good and start polishing the wheels up, stuff like that. So the hatch is open right now. It's not that it's out of line. I'll show you here. So I'll clean all this up back here too, make it nice and clean. Car itself, like I said, this it's straight. I mean, it's not beat up. The only damage is that what I showed you right behind the hood, which I'll show you again in just a second. I'll have that touched up too on the tail light. I don't know, when he painted it, he just had tape over that little spot there or what, but I'll fix that. Back up so you can see the whole car. Again, the truck's not closed, so it will go in down. I'll show you up here on the hood where the hood come up or what have you. Body shop says they can fix it with a quarter power. I haven't been by to fix it yet. Honestly, I wasn't that worried with it just because I was racing the car. So, over the hood here. Again, I'm gonna get all this cleaned up today, but everything's under here. It's, nothing special. The car is prettying it up. The intake is painted to match the car. I'm going to clean this engine bay up. I'm gonna respray the engine bay before we meet up. That may not matter to you, but it'll look cleaner, and I'd rather do that. So, but again, that's her. You can see she's not beat up, did it up down the sides and stuff like that. And of course, you were asking about the front fenders. All that will exchange out for the LX. I still have the LX fender skirts that go right there in place of the GT, so I'll bring those. Place it, I'll polish these drag lights up too. But that's kind of her. Hope you're ready for a ride, buddy. exhaust on it is actually 4-inch. You can see it under there. I don't know. It's 4-inch exhaust with a Flowmaster Outlaw race mufflers. You may want to quieten it down. I don't know. It's up to you. I had 3.5-inch on it at one time, and it wasn't a whole lot as far as performance. You know, the 3.5 set up closer to the body, and I didn't really pick up a ton by going to a 4-inch. So, you know, it wouldn't hurt to go back to the 3-inch at all. You're not going to lose much off of it. So, the 4-inch doesn't drag everywhere. It doesn't catch every bump, but it is low. So, which you understand that with your car, it sits a little low too. So, the slicks, spacing and everything's right on them. There's no grooves, there's no rub marks. They're tucked in perfect. The 275 will do the same thing on the same wheel. You won't have to worry about the fender wells cutting into it or anything like that. It does actually tuck right up there perfect, so you don't have to worry about that stuff. And that's her, bud. I look forward to meeting up in about a week and a half. I hate I got to go out for work, but that's kind of how it goes sometimes.